today's Clash Royale video, I'm gonna show you the games which brought me to #1 in the world in the Queso Cup Golden Edition Royal Tournament with $50,000 prize pool. I used a ton of different minor control decks, so I told you minor control is the best deck for the Royal Tournament. Also check out yesterday's video if you guys want to see more gameplay, specific gameplay about this deck. This is the deck which I use most of the time to get 33 and 2, like absolutely insane score, one of my best scores ever. If you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and also using creator code Morten shop is highly appreciated, I would say. Let's dive up to the games, and I'm gonna show you how I got #1 in the world. I need to say I played absolutely out of my mind, and I played against the best players in the world. I mean, in this game I didn't play out of my mind, but the game before. So this was actually the game for #1. I think it's not really the greatest one, but honestly, I played like a different minor control deck, but I used minor control in every single game besides like one game. I think I used Royale just to switch up because I thought I was getting sniped. But I just like minor control. Minor control is honestly one of the best decks in Clash Royale right now. It might be the top pro deck. Why? I mean, I wouldn't say it's like easy to use. I would say it's honestly hard to use. But what is great about minor control, as I said yesterday, you can outplay every single matchup, and this is exactly what we did into this game or like in the games before also. And a ton of people were also using minor controllers, so I was right. I'm always showing you the best decks. So I used a different deck here because it kind of rule against all the decks I face. I mean, in the top of the tournament, the top of the Royal Tournament, you can just face opponents with 1 win more or like 1 win less. So if you like example at 30 wins, you can just face people at 31 and at 29 wins. So it's kind of, you can just like face 5 people in the world. So this is kind of what is important, honestly, that you kind of need to keep in mind, that you'll get at least a solid matchup against most of the opponents, and this is what I did here. I played like a deck which is really weak against air. I wouldn't really recommend you playing this deck, but I still think it's great gameplay, and this is actually the game which brought me to #1 in the world, because I thought a ton of minor control is out there, or like a ton of minor cycles out there, and I thought like, okay, is there a ton of minor cycle out there? I think we're playing a minor deck which beats minor also, and generally is good. And as you guys will see, the game before, which I'm gonna, or like the game which I'm going to show you next, which was actually the game before that, I will show you the game, which I like also played a different minor cycle deck, but didn't get a matchup which I want to get. So honestly, I know most of you guys want to see live gameplay, but I couldn't do that live. I mean, I'm showing like live gameplay like 6 out of 7 days most likely, or like even almost every single day. But I still think if you guys want to see more live gameplay about minor control, check out yesterday's video. But I still think this gameplay might help you guys to show, just in general, make you better in Clash Royale. And also, I know replays are boring, but if you really want to improve in Clash Royale, replays are better than live gameplay. But yeah, for sure, live gameplay will be the main part of the channel for sure. So yeah, just to let you know, guys, for sure, more live content planned. If I see like these videos are doing well, this #1 push, I might do them live in the future also. I mean, it takes a ton of time, it's a ton of effort. So if you guys really want to see that, make sure to support this video. So always going for the minor here. The great thing is bats are better than like his January deck, so always going for minor bats. As long as I'm not overcommitting, Golden Knight is one of the best cards once again back in Clash Royale. So honestly, this is going to be a really great zap. Why? Because I get the ability, he still needs to commit something on the minor. Really great Golden Knight pickup, but he needs to go for defensive minor. Because, I mean, you guys are going to think like, okay, he can just let it go, but Golden Knight actually deals a ton of damage. This is why I prefer the Golden Knight in this deck over Valkyrie. If you guys want to play this deck in ladder, it's also a really good ladder deck currently, and you don't have the Golden Knight on a good level. You could also, honestly, I was like so scared at a second that both warriors are connecting, but just one. Luckily, no. The thing is like, you can also use Valkyrie instead, Dark Prince instead, or like Bandit instead. But I really like to have the Golden Knight because it's first, it's like kind of like a Bandit in offense, and it deals a ton of like damage on towers, and it's also a really solid tank. So I'm just gonna go for another minor here. I'm just gonna go for the EQ here. I'm just gonna go for the log, and as you guys can see, the minor is completely chipping away, and this looks like it's going to beat. I'm just gonna go for bats here. I'm just gonna use my Zap on defense just to make sure, or like a Tesla, just to make sure we're really cleaning this. This is the game which got me to #1 in the world. Let's go. So this game is absolutely incredible. Playing against Global Tourney, which kinda, I don't know if he sniped me or if he sniped someone else, but I played, I think, the same minor control deck in this game, hoping to face a minor control deck as I faced in the game after that, which you guys saw before, against this Gustavo guy. So we're just gonna go for a zap here, and he drops a goal. And it's kind of incredible to see, like every time I face a champion in the top 10 in the world, I just face Golden Knight. Golden Knight is back. I'm just going for a minor here. If I see zap plus Golden Knight, I already thought, okay, First I was like, okay, please don't be lava, right? Because lava would be absolutely smash this deck. But I, like, after seeing also the Dark Prince, and I knew it's gonna be a Golden Knight Sparky deck. So I'm just going for my log here. And I think I'm just gonna use the ability earlier. I was hoping to get like a connection to tower. But he just drops, I think, his mini packer in the back. His mini Parker is coming down. I'm just gonna go for bats here because I knew I cannot sack him. Also, which is great, is that he doesn't really have too much against air. I mean, he has the zap, he has the Goblin Giant, but also minor bats can be really, really effective. So I'm just going for my Golden Knight here. I'm using the dash here perfectly. And also, now it's gonna be a really interesting play. I think I'm just gonna use my ability here. And also minor. This was really aggressive by me, to be fair. Because he can just use his E-Barbs. I was like, okay, most days gonna use his E-Barbs. Maybe you should have used his E-Barbs, but still. This is honestly not the best position. Because he can just wait and use the ability really, really late. But I don't really think he used the ability, which was kind of surprising for me. He just could have used it now. So I was kind of expecting him to use the ability now. So I'm just going to zap this in case he wanted to use it and kind of reset that and maybe get like the elixir back. So he's actually up by 4 elixir and we don't really have good Sparky's answers. Our main defense will be Golden Knight, Log, Zap, and maybe get bats on top and Skeleton distract. And we cannot really deal damage, right? We're playing a minor control deck and we're actually in a damage... I mean, we're damage advantage, but we're in a really huge damage disadvantage. I mean, elixir disadvantage. So I wouldn't say that's not a position where you want to be with minor control. So I'm playing my Tesla. I'm going for Golden in the back first. Right, 3-card cycle. This is always what you want to do, which is absolutely important to like that I'm able to cycle back to another Tesla really, really quick. So I'm just going for the EQ here just to cycle. EQ still does a ton of damage, so don't underestimate that even after the nerf. Just because the card got nerfed, it doesn't mean it's bad. So he doesn't use his zap, which is kind of smart by him. I'm just going to go for my zap on defense. I'm just going to go for a log. And this was actually... I mean, was it a perfect defense? I'm not 1% sure about that, but it was actually good defense. So I'm just going to go for this. I'm just still going to use my ability. As you guys can see, the miner gets a ton of chip. I think I'm also using a zap here because I know I hit the tower also, maybe get a bit more damage, and yeah, it really worked out. The Golden Knight still gets like 3 more shots, I think, so that was honestly a really smart move. I'm just gonna go for the EQ now, and I know this is gonna be one of the last push I need to defend. I'm just gonna go for my Tesla here, and I think right now I'm just gonna go for my Skeletons first, then I'm going for my Golden Knight, and then I'm just gonna go for my Log Bats, and this is gonna be really, really spicy. I'm just gonna go for a perfect zap, and unfortunately the Sparky, like, doesn't do what I want him to do. So I need to go for a zap here. Luckily the Sparky tanks, so this is fine, but his Golden Knight actually gets through the tower. So I need to reset it, that's fine. Honestly, his zap wasn't really too great because I could just reset it. Now he doesn't have his 2 licks anymore. So he needs to drop a mini packer high. He cannot Sparky in the back. This is great. So I'm just going to use the ability. It was honestly a bad mini packer because he still needs to commit something like a Goblin Giant here. So I'm just going to go for bats on the mini packer because I know his zap is out of cycle and also his Goblin Giant. As I said before, he doesn't have any more reset. I just should have EQ'd that instead of miner going for miner. That should have, or that would have been a better play. But right now I'm knowing like, okay, I don't really want to like play that, like continue playing it like that. So I'm just going to go for my Golden Knight here. Also, what is great about the Golden Knight, once again, 3-card cycle, so we're soon back on the Earthquake. So I'm just going to use my ability here. I'm also going for Miner here because I think it's great if I go in for Miner. And just going in for this, the Golden Knight actually dashed the tower. And even I think, even if the Golden Knight wouldn't have dashed the tower, I still could have cycled another Miner, EQ, Zap, Log, and actually winning this game. Not an easy matchup, but a great win. So this is also a game against Remy Alley, one of the best players in the world, which is absolutely incredible. This is the deck which I use most of the time. I was kind of switching between Bats and Fire Spirit in this deck. I mean, both has advantages. Honestly, against air, you really like to have bats, just like because you can cycle it also really quickly. But if you face any type of Fire Spirit deck, which a ton of people are running, Fire Spirit is for sure better against Fire Spirit. So this is kind of what you need to think about. Honestly, what I really like is, like in this matchup, that I have Fire Spirit because always kind of gets a positive elixir trade because he needs to play something which he doesn't want, or he has Spear Goblins and splits them. So going in for the Fire Spirit here is absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to go for Skeletons in the back here. And this is honestly a really incredible game. I think I played the best of 3 against him. I faced him like 1 time. In the first time I think I lost. And the second time I won. And in the third time, all of the games were like between like 200, 300, 400 HP. So every time it was really close. And I think this game looked really, really bad. And we kind of come back there. So I'm just going for my Miner in the back here. Great Mine. Always going to go for Fire Spirit. Actually, he's going to like be able to get like the perfect play with the Spear Golems most of the time. So this is actually not too easy to do. What I really want to do, which is kind of problematic in the matchup, and that's why you're gonna see me using a ton of Teslas on defense, is that I really want to go in for the Mighty Miner on the Golden Knight on offense rather than on defense. I mean, it's a really good card against the Miner itself, like to counter it, but the problem is if I go in with a Miner, with the Golden Knight on the Miner and don't get it, first he gets a ton of damage on my tower, second he always gets a Magic Archer value, so I kind of need to predict his Magic Archer with a Tesla, and if I don't get it, it's a really, really negative elixir trade. And also I'm not able to bait out his Valkyrie, right? His cycle isn't as quick as mine, but if he's always going for a Valkyrie on top of my miner, I won't get any damage. So if I go in for my Golden Knight on offense, rather than going in for the Golden Knight on the miner, as I said before, I'm always able to bait out his Valkyrie, and then I go for the miner, and as you guys are seeing here, maybe it's not the most, like the best situation to show that, but he needed to commit a fireball on top of my, stuff. So he's going for a really, really great Magic Archer. This gets a ton of damage. So I didn't really expect him to do that. That was honestly really bad. So we're taking a ton of damage. But I think generally you guys know what I meant with that. So I'm having the Valkyrie out of sight. I can just go in for a miner here. He's going to go for the King activation. So I was like, okay, this is it already, right? I think I lost this game in this sequence, but I didn't. So I'm just going for Fire Spirit here. I'm just going to go for a really good Tesla. Honestly, this Tesla was so well played. I didn't expect this in this situation. But it was honestly a flawless defense by me. And I got a ton of damage. So I'm just going for Fire Spirit plus Log. I'm cleaning it up. And once again, he uses Valk. So even not able to play my... Honestly, there was also a bad Magic Archer and a bad NATO. Even I'm not playing it like I really want to play this matchup. I'm still fine. So I think in this situation, I'm just going to poison because I know I'm up Elixir. But yeah, he plays it really well. So, yeah. I know if I go in for a miner now on the safe spot, he will go Valk. So I need to go in the back because he will predict the safe spot always. So this was honestly a really smart thing. So I'm just going to go for my Golden Knight, I think, on the right. On the left. I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm going on the right because I'm like really comfortable also defending that without. Yeah. So I'm just going for delivery high here. I'm just going to go for Fire Spit in case he nados. This is always what you want to do. So kind of what I want right now is just... I think I'm just going to go for another poison here and a mine in the back because he will always predict the safe spot. So mine is chipping away. And we get the damage we really want. So I was like thinking, okay, I mean he needs to commit something, so like for 1 elixir, baiting out 2 is always fine. I'm just gonna go for my skulls and log, go for my Tesla high, and always wanna go Fire Spirit the bridge. I'm just going for another miner here. As you guys can see, we always get the miner on tower because he's not gonna be ready for our mind games here. So I'm just going for Tesla high. Going in for Skeletons, we really need to be careful with Magic Archer. I kind of predict his Magic Archer still targets that, which is unfortunate. I don't really want to log this, so I'm just going to go for Fire Spirit. I'm just going to go for another Miner. So I'm just going to use my ability instant because he will use Spear Goblins and the Miner chips away. He needs to go for a Tornado. Maybe in this situation it would have been the perfect play to go with a Miner on top of the tower on the safe spot because he couldn't have activated King Tower there. So what we need to be careful about right now is that okay, that was honestly really good delivery, playing it really high. That the Warbreakers are splashing on the tower. So I'm just going to always go Fire Spirit the bridge. I'm just going to go for Skeletons here. Great Skeletons. Also, I'm just going to go for a really good Log here. I'm also going for a Golden Knight here. Honestly, that was honestly well played. So I'm just going for another miner here. I'm just playing my fire poison here. I'm saying a ton of honestly. I apologize for that, guys. But I'm kind of hard to communicate and talking about the game because it was actually, I think, really, really well played from both of us. So great game. GG's. Well played. So last game I want to show you guys is like in a bit faster speed is going against Golem. How you beat Golem, it shouldn't be too tough. Depends on the version for sure. He doesn't have a big spell, but he has Zap. So this is honestly... Can I stop saying honestly? A ton of people were telling me stop saying honestly, Morten. This is a fine matchup. So I'm going for the miner here. I'm going for Skeletons. This is not a good start for me because I don't have Golden Knight. So Golem back. Dropping my Tesla, need to go for the Golden Knight, and I think in the first push he gets a ton of damage. So I'm playing my poison, but soon I'm going to switch up the defense. So he goes in for Lumberjack opposite, which was really great to kill my Tesla, and he gets a ton of Golden chip. So soon you guys will see me playing my Golden Knight in the middle to kill the Lumberjack or to tank the Tesla with the Golden Knight, and then also having the Golden Knight on top of the Golem. So I'm just going for my Log here. And going for Skeletons, but still so much E-Bubs chip. I'm actually kind of lucky that E-Bub didn't get another shot there. So being down against Golem, no worries, you can still win. Also being down in Elixir. So this defense is absolutely perfect. I'm just playing my Tesla first, and now I'm kind of learned out of my... I learned my lesson. I'm playing my... Now I'm playing my Golden Knight to kill the Lumberjack, and also being able to kill the Golem, and it was almost a flawless defense. Also, it was a big, huge overcommitment. So playing my miner now at the bridge or like on the tower is fine, and I know I'm up. So Kinda cycling and always want to pressure. Playing my bets high, I'm going for another mine. I don't really want him to golden him, he's doing a mistake. Also, that's what I said. Golden Knight players are, or like, players aren't really used to Golden Knight yet, and they're doing mistakes. So Golden Knight is actually one of the best cards in Clash Royale right now. I would even say top 3 card for me, because people don't really know how to defend it right now, because it wasn't matter for like such a long time. I think like since 3 months it wasn't matter, so which is absolutely crazy. I mean, the last matter I think it was December, like World Finals, but since December it's not matter anymore, so people are not really used to it. So this is why I really like this version. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future. And I would say I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm really tired and really done, but I'm so happy that we reached #1 in the world. Peace out.